In a press statement issued on Wednesday, the International Center for Democracy called on the U.S. government to apply sanctions against Keith Lowenfield over what it labeled as his repeated and fraudulent attempts to undermine the result of the March 2, 2020 presidential election in Guyana. The organization's chairman, Fazal Yusuf, expressed, quote, "Mr. Lowenfield has continued to brazenly thwart the will of the Guyanese people by refusing to provide, as required by Guyanese law, an accurate account of the results of the recount of the March election," end quote. As such, he called on the U.S. government and other governments and organizations to hold him accountable by imposing sanctions for the undermining of the democratic process by disenfranchising more than 115,000 voters. Lowenfield would have attempted to invalidate over 115,000 votes in his latest report submitted to the Guyana Elections Commission. The ICD reminded that in 2018, the U.S. sanctioned President of Nicaragua's Supreme Electoral Council, Roberto Rivas Reyes, for perpetuating electoral fraud that undermined Nicaragua's electoral institutions. As such, the ICD said, quote, "The international community must send a strong and unmistakable message to the powers that be in Guyana that there is zero tolerance for anti-democratic actions on the part of public officials. The survival of Guyana's democratic institutions depend on it," end quote. The ICD is a New York-based private non-profit organization supported by Guyanese Americans. Reporting for the Evening News, Likram Baggett.